Good morning, my friends, and welcome to another episode of Try Bonsai. It's your boy Banner, and today we're going to look at this ficus that I have here, this fusion ficus. Believe this is a ficus microcarpa. Could be called the tiger bark. There are so many variations of ficus, to be very honest, my friends. Sometimes I and all get confused. Anyways, the point of the matter is I have this very nice ficus that I've been cultivating for a while, and as you can see, or I'll take you in closer in a short to see, but it is not, to me, it is not doing as well as it should be, and it is not looking as full and as dense and as vibrant as it can. And I believe that the reason for this is the soil has run its course, and apart from that, I think that it possibly needs something a little bit bigger. So, with that said, what I'm going to do today is a repot, and let's see how that goes. Yeah, with that repot, I'm going to use some repurposed soil because I would have used some soil for a couple items that would have died, inclusive of the juniper. That is good soil. We just have to adjust it just a tad for this particular tree, and yeah, let's see if we could put this into a slightly bigger pot, and let's see how that vigor goes. So on that note, Larry Disco. So just giving you a closer view of what it looks like. This fusion ficus, I would have done this at least a couple of years ago, and when I say a couple, probably back in 2022 or so. I would have to look at the videos and see when I started recording it, because when I did the fusion, I did not record that. It was an experiment, and I was like, oh gosh, I don't want to film this just in case. And yeah, so this is a view on it, and as I go around, it was 3 branches that I took. I cut one branch into 3 and fused them together, scarring the inside of the bark and tying it with with a little bit of wire. And then from that, this 4th branch came out, and I left it, which was pretty nice. It added a bit of character, something natural to the thing that I created. Something natural happened and I left it. So this is it, and it is looking very scanty. Some of the branches kind of look like they're dead, so I'm going to take those out, and let's see how this goes with a new batch of soil in a little bigger pot. Yeah. So, not keeping you for too long. I'm not going to keep you for the entire process of trying to get this out of this pot, because this pot, although it's a nice pot, it has a little bit of a issue. And when I say issue, in the sense that this pot has a little bit of a belly on the side. So that is going to take a little bit of work, and the soil did not get enough time to dry out, so I'm going to have to take my time and get this out. So let me go and get this out, and when we come back, let's look at the roots, and then let's pot this up. I've got it successfully out of the pot, and The root ball is intact. So what I'm going to do now is to scrape away, take a look at this root system, and get it into a new pot. So when I come back, you're going to see we're going to be looking at the roots. Yeah, so let me go. So I took the opportunity to wash out the roots, just to take a little gander at what it looks like. And to be very honest, my good friends, it ain't looking bad at all. All I'm gonna do is just cut back some extending roots, and I'm gonna put this in a pot because I have a pretty decent root spread going on here. Right, there's a root that is wrapping around here that I could take out, and it's coming from this point here. So I'm going to take this out. I wish there was a better root system here with a little bit more of a flare. Likewise, on this side, there is the flare with the trunk. However, the root system is not flaring. But that could be fixed in time, I believe. I do, to be very honest, granted it's a ficus, yes, but I do not want to put this under any more stress than I've already put it. Alright, so this that is sticking up, I'm going to take this off. Everything is looking this is looking good to me. This is looking fine enough for me. So I'm going to get this into a pot and hope for the best. Well, not hope for the best, but encourage the best out of this this tree, because it's a nice tree. I like this. Okay, so I put down a base layer of soil, and yes, it looks like the same kind of pot, and it more or less is, with somewhat less of a bend on the inside. Because when I took out the plant out of the pot, when I took the tree out of the pot, it wasn't that badly root bound. It wasn't root bound at all, as a matter of fact, and it was working well with the pot. It seems as though the soil was the problem. So I've changed the soil, and I adjusted the soil a bit using this is repurposed soil from some recent failures. So the soil is good. Even the soil that the tree came out of was good because I smelt it, and it didn't smell bad at all, not in the least. So I'm going to put it into this, which is wider than the previous one, and not by too much, but it is still wider. So I put down a base layer of soil. Now I am going to finish filling this with soil, and then we're going to take a look at the top of this tree, and we're going to identify what is a good front. And the tree, as I'm doing that, it seems to have a little bit of a lean, so I have to straighten it a bit, making sure that everybody is down in there and the roots are flaring out. So I potted it up. The soil that I repurposed still had a bit of moisture in it, so it was a tad bit difficult to work with. Nonetheless, I'm not going to waste it. I'm going to reuse it for as many things that need repotting, or as many things that I have to repot as possible. So now what we're going to do is to take a quick look at the top, give it a bit of pruning, remove anything that is dead, and that's the end of this. Put this one side and let's see how this goes. So my screen is not tall enough to reach the top and give you the look that I want to give you, or the view that I would like for you to see. So I'm going to work with this for now. I'm not going to keep it too much for this. I'm just going to go in, prune back some things, as I said, remove some dead items. I put a little bit of fertilizer, slow release fertilizer in the soil. Hopefully that aids in this recovery and boosting. And let's see how this goes. I did some pruning to all of the branches in an effort to not only remove the strain from the new root system, because I would have taken out the soil completely, washed out the soil. So I wanted to reduce that strain. Apart from that, there were some branches going in some kind of bad angles up, and other than that, there were some branches that were very thick up in the apex. So like this comes up here, comes here, and it's very thick, you know. So I cut it back to start to recreating this the umbrella type canopy that I want to get, you know, with the branches flaring out and with the weight of the branches weeping over. You know, there are a couple, now that I've removed a lot of the branches, there are a couple of them that could still do with a little bit of removals, you know, and be pruned back a bit. And this, my friends, is not a surety thing. In no sense of the word is this a surety thing, because this ficus could say, I had enough and that is it for me day. But I am hoping that this is not the case with this. I am hoping that with this body of work that I would have done here, it takes off in vigor and it gives me a lot more, and really and truly starts putting out what I wanted to put out, what it wants to put out, in line with what I would like for it to put out. Let me put it like that, because there's a saying, and I could get this real wrong: don't try to make your tree into a bonsai, rather make your bonsai into a tree. You know, so I want that natural look. I want that beautiful naturesque looking type tree. It's already, this fusion is already man-made, but the entire composition doesn't have to be, you know. So as I'm talking to you, I'm wondering about this thick branch here. This is a very thick branch, but I'm leaving it for now. Although I could take it out, but then I'm wondering. I'm going to leave that for now. I will remove this one. So I'm just bringing you in closer just to look at it, and it has a nice flare out to it. Here's everything that I took off, which is a lot. The tree is basically bare, and I'm going to give this a good soaking and put this in a corner to recover, and that is it. So on that note, thank you so very much for joining me here on Try Bonsai, my friends. Like, subscribe, share. If you know anyone that would benefit from the work that I'm doing, go ahead, share it with them, and as I usually say, be good to yourself, be good to others, treat people how you want to be treated, and remember that our climate is our responsibility. We have an opportunity to change it for the better. If not for ourselves, let's do it for the future generations. On that note, my friends, take care. Have a good one. Bye.